Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Milan Reports post match review. This is Riccardo. I am joined by myself. Later, I'm going to go ahead and have Vito Angelo join us on the stream. I have some very exciting news regarding some Elliott spokesperson. Once we get there, we'll go ahead and spill the beans. But I am very excited to go ahead and be here with everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. What an exciting game at the end. At least getting the 3 points was exciting. I know that there was a little bit of a push going into the full 90 minutes, but the boys got it done. We have a lot to talk about today. Some great player ratings, some discussion on Pioli's tactics and substitution, what this means to the Scudetto race. I'm very excited, guys. So without further ado, I just want to go ahead and say, everyone joining in, please go ahead and share your comments and questions throughout the live stream. We'll go ahead and, since it is just me here today, I will go ahead and answer them quickly and as best as possible. So, right off the bat, what does this mean? Today's game, guys. Serie A, Milan beat Genoa 2-0. We got goals from Rafael Leao just 10 minutes into the match after a beautiful cross in from Pierre Kalulu. Rafael Leao slotting it past Sirigu 1-0 10 minutes into the game. And then what seemed like forever, guys, we had to go ahead and wait almost full match here, another 80 minutes before Milan got their goal, this time through Junior Macias. After getting his first shot blocked by Salvatore Sirigu, he followed up the rebound and just slotted it away. A very crucial second goal that we really needed. And we've seen it a lot here throughout the Milan season where sometimes we get that one goal and man, are we going to be okay here? Or we're even struggling to go ahead and get the first goal. So finally, a game here where we managed to go ahead and score two goals. Again, our defense fantastic, not allowing a single goal in. Our offense, after lots of speculation and criticism, finally gets the job done. So, congrats to Rafael Leao, Junior Macias getting the goal. This should go ahead and excite you. We are back a little bit on winning tracks, exactly what we needed to go ahead and finish out the season and become Scudetto champions. So, what does this mean to the Serie A standings? Let me go ahead and bring up the Serie A standing, guys, and show them to everyone here. Exciting stuff, guys. Exciting stuff. This was very needed 3 points, and especially in the morning, very high anxiety, pressure from Inter after beating Spezia. All right, let's see here. Share the screen. Pull up the standings. Here we go, guys. Serie A standing here, as you can see, Milan at the top after playing 33 matches. We sit up there with 71 points. Just below us are Inter after beating Spezia today. They sit at 69 points here after only playing 32 matches, and then Napoli just behind them with 32 matches played. Juventus just behind Napoli. Serie A top four, it's very hot, but more especially the top of the table, the race to the Scudetto. Inter are not giving up. Oh, it's very sad, man. I hope they would just go home. Grande Milan. Well said there. Osama, thank you for joining us here today. Great win. 3 points, well needed. Go ahead and discuss here everything about the match here. So there you guys are at the Serie A standing after 33 matches played for Milan here. We face Lazio up next in the Serie A, but at the top right now with 71 points. Nothing too comfortable. Again, nothing that gives away. This is ours. Inter are right behind us. We are not super, super hot in form, but Rafael Leao finding it that net, definitely what we were looking for, especially from a player of his caliber. So, Serie A standing. With that being said, guys, again, I wanted to go ahead and mention later Vito Angelo will go ahead and be joining us here. We got some exciting communication here from an Elliott spokesperson, just going into detail, talking about potential investors and how Milan has performed both financially and on the pitch and what that means going forward. I know that a lot of us woke up here with very exciting news. Take it how you will. Speculation about new owner coming up. What does this mean for Milan? Finding out exactly all the correct details, but we're on it right now, and thankfully, individuals like Vito are on it, just trying to go ahead and get as much information. So we will be posting an article here pretty soon that goes into detail of what that conversation was like. I don't want to go ahead and give out too much. Maybe towards the end of this stream I will, but at this moment, let's just go ahead and discuss the 3 points here from the match. So, with that being said, here, player ratings, I will go ahead and pull up the player ratings from today's match. I'm a different person when excited. I mean, when we tie games, they even feel like losses. I'm out here pretty bummed, but the win is exactly what we were looking for today. The 3 points to go ahead and push us. As I mentioned, we looked here just at the Scudetto Serie A standing where Milan stands, but here are the player ratings right off the bat. What we take a look at is Stefano Pioli with the 6.5 after his tactical gameplay here. Milan looked like a different team in the first half and the second half. Some of the substitutions that went in and changed the game, aka Junior Macias, and overall, Pioli here getting the rating of 6.5. 6.5. I'd say that's well said. Definitely a match where 3 points was needed, and our defense again did not go ahead and concede anything. Magnan in goal, another clean sheet, definitely a figure. Oh my God, I just lost my word there. But Stefano Pioli, overall 6.5. I think that's very well said. Where we were lacking in attack, something was different. Pierre Kalulu getting the right back position and serving that cross that's been lacking there overall from Calabria, who didn't get to go ahead and play today. Assist for Leao to go ahead and get the goal. Milan looked a little bit more like an attacking threat overall. Substitution for Macias coming on for Alexis Salamakers is definitely paid off. I know that Alexis, this wasn't one of his hot games. Another doo-doo performance here. So 6.5 at a match like this, where coming off a tie with Bologna, not looking super hot. Tie with Torino, not looking super hot. Pioli, 6.5. Well said. Okay, with that, Rafael Leao, man of the match, with the rating of 7. 7 is definitely a very generous a rating here. Definitely go ahead and see why it could be that. He definitely went and got us the goal, was a threat trying to go ahead and drive towards goal. I thought at times he was a little bit selfish, guys, and he did lose possession. Um, there was that scare in the first half where he received the bottom of the cleat at the top of his foot, and he was down for a little bit, and that definitely raised some eyebrows, anxiety for me. Are we going to go ahead and lose Leao? But rating of 7 overall. I understand how that could be. He definitely was a very important figure this match for me. Maybe not man of the match, but definitely could go ahead and see how him maybe getting this boost of confidence, how that looks like going forward for the Scudetto race, because definitely we need him to go ahead and bring us the goals. With that being said, we saw a big change in the back line with Gabbia being partnered as center back with Tomori, Kalulu being pushed at right back, and Theo Hernandez again over on the left. Magnan, solid performance in the back, another clean sheet for him. We saw that little mistake, that little fumble that happened where the ball went over his foot for a corner kick there. Um, Small mistake that happens, definitely okay. That if that's going to go ahead and be the worst. Remember when he made that mistake against Salernitana, coming out, learning experience. We come out, definitely become a better presence in your box, dominate that. He's shown that. Again, maybe a little bit more work on that technicality on the footwork, but overall, he's still a big presence in the back, getting the big ball over to Giroud, players like L'Oreal on the run, being able to kick it deep into the opposing half. So Magnan, 6.5, fair rating to me. Would like to go ahead and see that a little bit higher, maybe 7 for him. But Tomori Gabbia, that's the question in partnership in center back today. With seeing Kaluta get pushed out wide, a game this important against Genoa. I know that Gabbia hasn't been getting a lot of minutes today. I thought he went ahead and stepped up where needed. Wasn't too poor. Could definitely go ahead and see he lacks a little bit of the reading of the game. Not, again, that comes with minutes not being given to him. Maybe a little bit too easy to beat on the 1v1. But overall, when it came down to him and Tomori closing down 2v1s, he looked like what Kalulu has been doing all season. So there's an understanding there. It looks like every one of the center backs is understanding their duties there. So not being able to go ahead and concede, that was great. We went ahead and got 2 goals at home, no goals against. The defense continues to be great. So I'd like to hear what you guys thought with Gabia seeing on the lineup here when you saw him on the sheet. What were your thoughts? But we got to look at this as a positive, guys. They didn't go ahead and concede anything, and I know throughout the season, at least the past few games, we haven't been conceding, and our defense has been pretty sound. So this was definitely a change that did not play bad into our hand. And of course, with Kalulu being pushed at right back, we saw that beautiful ball that he played 10 minutes into the match for that cross to Rafael Leao. So moving on, let's talk about an individual here, Alexis Salamakers. This definitely was not his game, and I feel like we've been saying that a lot. And the fan base is not behind this guy. My man here is definitely playing like dog water, even though with a new facial, getting the haircut, shaving a little bit of that facial hair, still the same guy. I mean, you guys saw that miss. He was practically on the PK spot and he sent it to the moon. So continues to go ahead and dribble, lose the ball. And we've had this debate here on the stream who we'd like to go ahead and see Messias start. And we've leaned towards Messias starting because he's more of an attacking threat. Maybe bring in Salamakers to close out the game. It was a little bit differently this time. Actually, Messias came in and made the impact here and got us the goal. But overall, Salamakers for me, flop of the match. Very disappointing. Again, just continuously losing the ball. And that was his whole story, at least in the first half here. Didn't get to play much in the second half. Looked like it was about 15 minutes there before Macias came on. So flopped the match. Alexis Salamakers, Macias coming on, showing us a little bit again of who he was with the attacking threat, being able to drive with the ball, being a presence in the box. He definitely went and got that shot. When he missed, when Sirigu made that save, I was a little disappointed, but it was reactionary. He got up, he slotted that rebound away. Can't be too upset on that. Um, but man, the composure, just got to stand on your feet a little bit. I know the pressure is there and there's so much at stake, and maybe there's not much time. Defenders are closing in. Kind of looked like he slipped before he kind of did that half volley shot, and Sudoku made the save. But props to him for getting up with the rating of 6.5. I think this is very fair for him. I'm glad that he was able to find his footing and get a goal for Milan here. He was not flop of the match not too long ago in one of the matches. Absolutely hideous performance. So for him, in less than a month to go ahead and turn it around here, deliver something today when we really needed goals. Hats off to Macias. So again, some of the player ratings here, I want to go ahead and hear some of your guys' insight here on some of the players, how they went ahead and performed. Our midfield block, nothing too special here from Tonali, Benacer, and Kessie. Kessie a little bit more on the quiet side again, losing the ball here and there. Continues to show what I think are his best qualities, which is just recovery of the ball and strength. I know that's what Barcelona were looking at for him, but right now he does the job when he needs to for a Milan shirt, just coming in there, winning the ball, holding the ball, showing his strength. But he doesn't look alive anymore. Tonali playing a lot deeper today. He picked up that yellow card, a little bit of that frustration towards the end of the game, gave Genoa an opportunity to go ahead and have a set piece there late in the game to even tie it up. But just keeping that composure there. We have a very important match coming up here in the Coppa Italia here, and thankfully, none of our star players today went off limping or any kind of injury there. Giroud also getting subbed off pretty early in the second half, guys, not being able to go ahead and give anything after not many chances were provided to him. Nothing that he was able to go ahead and grab for and create something special. Continues to play his game, which is that hold up at the top there. Sometimes even looks outnumbered. And the past few games with Diaz playing in the 10 wasn't really there to support him. This time we got Tonali, Benacer, Kessie playing in the midfield, moving around there. So he didn't naturally have that 10. And I know we talked about it a lot. Milan, what do they need? That 10, that CAM, that right wing. And the even speculation on a new center back. But today just showed that we really, really need someone who can go ahead and play off of Giroud. A man looked so lost at times, just trying to take on 3 defenders, bringing the ball down and trying to distribute out wide to Salamakers or Leao. But did go ahead and see him come off about 60 minutes after an hour of playing for Milan with Rebic coming on for him. Rebic again not being able to create anything, be that person that he is. We know him as that second half of the season when he comes on and just show us the kind of character he is, give us a little bit of those goals or those moments where we need an individual to step up. I really thought that maybe this was an opportunity for him to really show and get us that second goal. Didn't really come out there, but Macias got us that second goal. And then Balotelli getting the minutes coming in. Very pacey individual, getting us the fouls, being able to drive the ball. Definitely went down a little bit towards the end of the match, and I thought, oh, is this going to go ahead and be a serious injury, especially grabbing the shoulder, or at least the replay made it look kind of hefty there and really worse than it was. But pretty excited to go ahead and see him get some minutes here into the game. This is great, and just as we're wrapping up here, a lot of the player ratings here. I think we have Vito here joining us. But I want to go ahead and put up here, leave the player ratings here one more time. I will step away. And of course, guys, please go ahead and leave some questions, comments here in the chat. Go ahead and discuss here on the player ratings what your thoughts were on today's game, how you're feeling going forward in this Scudetto race. All right, guys. As I'm having Vito here join us, we are about to go ahead and release an article, as I mentioned, to discuss here some information from an Elliott representative talking over a little bit of the new ownership. I know we heard a lot of that on Twitter today, some discussion, what this means going forward. Sama, you said it best. Next game will be very important. We have to win the derby. Inter winning today, Milan winning today. Both teams trying to win the Scudetto. Going into the second leg of Coppa Italia. Very important match. This just shows who is the dominant figure here in Italy, and I definitely can't wait for that match. Ooh, very important match. Definitely hate going against Çalhanoğlu, who left us for Inter here. But as we are wrapping up here, I'll go ahead and have Vito join us.
Hi guys, who are you? Who are you, Riccardo? Good
Hi,
evening.
Vito. How are you today?
I'm fine, man. Thank you.
Now, I know you have some pretty exciting news for us regarding new ownership rumors that's been going around here. Some information from a Elliott spokesperson that you've been talking about. Can you go ahead and give us some more info on that?
Yeah. There are big news today. It has been a day full of work and the news. And, let's start with the first the news of day about the possible negotiation for the sale of the club given by Reuters in this morning. We had some little confirmations in Italy, but in this afternoon, the Invest Corp fund is trying to buy Milan, and yeah, it's all true. The fund, the Arabic company, has begun to invest in Milan, and they had made several real estate investments. They have also invested in the most famous brand in Italy, like Gucci. And we immediately look for Investco press office with also Wayne. Thank you, Wayne, from from our editorial staff. We did a great job today with these two exclusive. But let's start with the first exclusive. exclusive of this afternoon. And when we had contacted the Investcorp press office asking if the negotiation was true, they first told us to wait, and then finally they didn't want to make any more comments. All this was very strange for me because usually those who don't want to talk don't tell to you to what. Shortly before today's match, we finally managed to have a contact with Elliott, spokesperson. As you will read from our exclusive interview, they didn't deny the negotiation. This is the real news because, on the contrary, they made us understand that it could be a very real thing. And now the important news after so many denials is this: for Elliott seems to have arrived the moment maybe to sell the club. And even Maldini in Milan Genoa pre-match said that a sale of the club is possible. And now I think that the time has come for Elliott to sell the club. Let's not forget that Elliott is an investment fund. He spends money to earn more, but Elliott wanted to wait for the construction of the stadium to sell the club. But now the time has become long because the Comune of Milan continues to postpone the issue, and that Elliott could sell the club immediately. For me, it's arrived the moment of the sale of Milan, and the possibility of to buy Investcorp is really, really, really in this moment.
Osama here brings up an interesting point that I was just about to mention here. He hopes that they won't change the current administration. Do you have any words or speculation of what that means for the administration right now? Maldini, Masala?
Yeah, Maldini before the match has told that Milan, the sale of Milan is a possibility. It's possibility because Elliott was always clear with the management. Milan is in the sale this moment, and I think that this time, for the first time, the management of Elliott wants to sell the club because um, it's not possible to build the stadium in this moment, and then Elliott don't wait for the stadium, and I think that the sale is a really possibility for now. On Milan Report, we could to see our price is exclusive from for our Wayne, and if I don't know if you can to see your price in this moment because I don't see these.
Well, at this time, guys, if you want to go ahead and read into the article that we just went ahead and exclusive Milan report about the Allianz spokesperson here, what that means for the sale of the club, we just released it on the Milan Reports website. New tweet is out. You can go ahead and take a look at that. A lot of juicy information. As Vitos just mentioned to us, they didn't necessarily go ahead and deny here. With Milan's recent light of financial and sporting performances of the club, they have went ahead and received some serious interest from potential investors. So, what does this look like going into next season, Vito? I know this is far ahead. We still have a lot to worry about this season with the Scudetto, Coppa Italia, the Mercato coming up. But new owners, what does this look like going forward for Milan?
Yeah, let's not forget that today we played an important game
Mm.
because now the news of sale is important. But today Milan win an important game that would have been difficult thanks to Leao goal. But I think that of the man of the moment is for me is Kalulu. I don't know if for you it's the same, but for me it's Kalulu because I don't want to say something wrong, but Kalulu reminds me of Maldini. He plays well everywhere. he's young, but he has the tranquility of a big player, and we can still enjoy finally the first place in the campionato.
They mentioned Kalulu as revolutionary for the bargain and price that we were able to grab him from a League One team and being able to go ahead and be performing at the center back level when asked, and going back to his position out as the fullback and providing the assist. I'm gonna agree with you, Vito. Kalulu is a man on fire, very hot individual right now. Great assist for Leao to go ahead and get us that goal there. How are you feeling after this game?
Yeah, also obviously we also Leao that finally and returned the goal, but it's important today the return of Rebic because Rebic this year doesn't work very well because we have had many injuries, but I think that to hope of the Scudetto, we must recur some player important with as Rebic, Ibrahimovic, and others player. But I hope that from this game to end of the campionato, we haven't another injuries because. In the last day we have very bad luck with the injuries.
Yeah, I'm glad that we didn't go ahead and pick up any serious injuries today, especially with the big match coming up against Inter here. Um, but Vito, if you have any more final thoughts here on this game, I want to go ahead and wrap it up here. An exciting 3 points. This is exactly what Milan needed to go ahead and keep pushing for the Scudetto here as Inter are coming up behind us. Goals from Leao and Junior Messias. Couldn't be more happy. A great way to go ahead and start your Easter weekend here. So, Vito, I want to go ahead and say thank you so much for joining us here today. Again, folks, the article
Thanks
you
for
guys.
your work, Riccardo. Thanks for your work, and have a good evening. Good, also have the good morning for you, but good night for me in Italy. It's midnight.
Well, I hope you get some rest there and have a great weekend
Greetings,
here.
guys.
Take care.
Thank you for your support.
Again, guys, you guys can go ahead and catch the article here, the exclusive Elliott Spokesperson interview that we had here on our Twitter and on Milan Reports. Want to go ahead and thank everyone for joining. My name is Riccardo here with Milan Reports. Exciting 3 points. Great way to start the weekend, everyone. Take care.